We have a lot of recaps that we can do, though.
Yeah, this is a good week for us to do Lucy because we're done with the show 45 minutes in, which is some weeks the time at which we start the show.
Yeah.
Yep.
It basically me catching up with all of the other cartoons that have come out this week took longer than watching Lucy, Daughter of the Devil.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, where do we want to start?
Turtles.
Titles.
Because it also had a spooky episode.
Yeah.
Spookies. There was lots of spooky episodes. It was fun. So let's talk about all the spooky ones.
Within the Woods.
Yes.
I met, speaking of spooky, I met Emily Carroll at SBX, and I was like, do you have your new book, Into the Woods, here? She's like, Through the Woods. Oh, sorry. That's a different, Into the Woods is something different and dumb. She didn't. It was sold out. Because she's Emily Carroll.
Yeah.
Wow.
If you want something that registers... Okay, what's something that would be high on the spoopy scale?
Oh my god. What do you mean?
Emily Carroll's comics? They're high on the spoopy scale.
They are high on the spoopy scale.
Okay, spoop scale, Emily Carroll. Alright, let me think.
One butthole clench.
King Ramses.
One King Ramses on the spooky scale.
Yeah, but okay,
that's discrediting to Emily Carroll.
I don't think King Ramses was spoopy at all. I laughed at him as a kid. He was jank.
I turned the TV off. That was the first episode of Courage I ever saw at my uncle's house because we didn't have cable. And I'm like, they're building up something. And then like that CGI monstrositoid shows up and it's like, I'm like, I just turned off the TV and lied down in the basement.
No one in the show was even scared of him. Eustace was just like, what's your offer? And then he sends locusts after him. Like, there were so many other horrifying episodes of Courage. King Ramses is weak sauce.
I hated that duck with the teeth.
Wasn't he a recurring character?
Yes. I didn't like him.
What was his name?
LeQuack?
He creeped me out.
LeQuack.
Let's be fair. Courage was scared of King Ramses.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not much.
Anyway.
Courage is scared of everything, but
let's
yeah.
do our recaps.
Okay, yeah, I loved the hell out of Season 3, Episode 1, Within the Woods of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, because I like slasher movies. I think they're like, a good slasher movie is that perfect middle ground between, like, legit creepy stuff and I enjoy seeing people die without going too far in the I can't sleep tonight territory or the this isn't scary at all, I'm just watching people being eviscerated and I want to barf territory.
The Evil Dead remake was a really good...
What?
The Evil Dead remake?
No, that movie was gross.
I mean, like, Evil Dead is kind of supposed to be. At least the first two were. I mean,
I mean the one from a couple high-budget
the high-budget one from a couple of years ago.
Yeah, I haven't seen that yet, though. But
it's pretty good.
But, like, my favorite...
Nikki likes gross things.
Yeah. But my favorite slasher movie franchise is Friday the 13th. And Within the Woods is basically if Jason was a Swamp Thing.
Yep.
I loved the shit out of it. Like, they did the bag over his face, and then he took Casey's mask, and even the music when Leo was fighting him, it just was like, oh my freaking god, it's Friday the 13th with the Turtles, and I'm loving everything about it. This is the greatest show.
Yeah, it was great. Like, I love the opening, because it was like, you know, a callback to the movie and the comics, where, you know, they go to April's farmhouse, and it's kind of chill, and, like, it's just a little respite from all the craziness.
Yeah.
And, like, poor Leo was in a coma for 3 months.
The Turtles look so cute without their masks.
I know!
Was Jason not a Swamp Thing? I guess he was a lake thing.
He was a zombie.
Well, okay, so in the very first movie, the killer was... spoiler alert, the killer was Jason's mother.
Yeah.
And then in the second movie, they went like, Jason never died. He's been living in the woods for years, eating, I don't know, squirrels, and he had a bag over his head. And then they kind of killed him, but it was like, it was sort of implied that he just somehow survived an axe wound to the face. And then he stole a hockey mask, and then he pretty much definitively died, and then he just kept coming back to life as a zombie. So, yeah.
Sure. Cool. And then we also got the new show for the show this season.
Was it Krogblog?
Krognar, the
barbarian.
Basically, all those, like, those Hanna-Barbera, like, the Herculoids and stuff, which I love. They should give the Herculoids a budget, because that concept is insane enough for me to just fall in love with all over again.
It's
I
like
love it.
Are you saying Herculoids as like a general thing for stuff like He-Man, or was that an actual show in the 80s?
That is an actual show, dude. It was basically like it's this weird mix of like caveman dinosaur shit, but literally in outer space. So everything also fires lasers. It was like a cave dude and his cave family riding alien prehistoric creatures that can shoot lasers and shit, fighting like robots and aliens. It was the weirdest thing, and it was so low budget, but I love it.
Because like that sounds like something that should have taken over the world, but maybe it didn't because it was trying too hard.
It was it wasn't trying too hard. I don't know, maybe it was because like Hanna-Barbera in the 60s and 70s had this whole thing where like they could make cartoons on a shoestring budget, so they had like just 50 concepts that they made like 30 or something episodes for, so they just kept cranking them out. And
this is 60s and 70s, not 80s.
Yeah.
Okay.
It might have been the 80s too, but that's when they started
or
to
whatever really seemed like He-Man to me.
Yeah.
They were very violent He-Man. Like an unnecessarily violent He-Man.
Oh yeah, because like that's the thing, because like that's why it reminded me more of the Herculoids, because the Herculoids would beat some motherfuckers up, because the 80s was when they started getting into more syndicated Saturday morning cartoons. They were like, the kids, we gotta make sure that they don't smoke the crack.
It was 36 segments from 67 to 69, and then 11 more from 81 to 82.
Yeah.
So they saw what was going on with, Reagan deregulation. It's like, this is gonna make us so much money. It didn't.
Yep.
So what does everybody think about Mr. Seth Green?
I like it.
In a vacuum, I think he could make a fine Leonardo voice. It's just so different from Biggs' Leonardo that it's still, for me, very jarring.
Me too. Like, it's very deep, the voice, compared to the other three brothers, too.
And then they even like made a canonical reason for the voice change, which...
Oh, he got punched in the throat.
I think I like that, because if you're a kid watching it, you'd be like, what? And then normally a cartoon wouldn't even bother explaining it to you.
I was about to say, because like there's a bunch of 90s, like the 90s cartoons had this weird habit of like replacing the main protagonist boy's voice actor like 5 times throughout a series' run. Like TJ from Recess, Arnold from Hey Arnold. Like they had no...
Well, for Arnold, I think it's because wasn't Arnold played by a kid?
I think so.
When it's a kid, it makes sense. Like, I mean, Arthur has been played by like 10 different kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, but still, it's nice that it's like they explained it.
Yeah.
Because it was like, if I was a kid and Leo's my favorite, and then if my favorite got super hurt, and then he finally woke up and he sounded like a weird adult man, I'd be like, why?
That's a good summary of Seth Green, a weird adult man.
Yeah, it's like, it's just too like, oh. I don't know. Maybe I'll get used to it.
Yeah, I mean,
and also,
but it's like he's not trying to make his voice sound young at all, which is weird to me.
I mean, I don't know, because also like this is his first. Like maybe he'll grow into the role, because that's happened sometimes with voice actors, or that happens more with like early, like in like the pilot episode of a show, and then like as they go on, like Futurama definitely had that. Yeah. Everybody sounded kind of different but once they hit their stride, especially Bender. I love it. Your only Bender impression you can do is episodes 1 through 4 Bender. Yeah, I can only do that.
Maybe not even that much.
But yeah, like it was almost very strange. Like the voice almost didn't look like it would come out of the character.
And again, that's because of our expectations, because we're so used to this first one. It's like, I think if they would have started the show with Seth Green, we wouldn't have to have this conversation.
Maybe not.
Or
it still is kind of like...
It's super jarring, because they found some guy who doesn't sound anything like Biggs.
He doesn't sound like a teenager, is the thing, to me. That's the most... I don't care if it's a different voice, it just doesn't sound like a teenager voice.
Yeah. I don't know.
Actually, speaking of Futurama, the whole...
teenagers.
His voice changed because he got hurt reminds me of the first Futurama movie.
Oh yeah, no. I was thinking about that.
Yeah,
like when
that's the first thing I thought of when Fry turned into Lars, because he inhales some smoke.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they were making fun of it in the commentary for the film, because I remember them going like, oh wow, I guess we just like wrote that away with a single line of Fry going like, ow, my larynx.
And did you see this week's TMNT?
No, I just realized that it was out. I've seen it. I'm caught up with everything except for the latest TMNT.
Okay.
Which I will watch that immediately after this, most likely.
I have problems with it.
Oh, no!
Yes.
No.
Oh yeah. It ended. Oh, I hate the ending of that episode.
Yep.
Shit.
We're not going to talk about it because Tooch is hella, but yeah, the show is like almost okay. I was watching like they almost got it. They almost fixed this a problem with the show. Fucked it up.
Yep.
Fucked it up completely.
Yep.
Whoops.
So
Talk about it
It's
next
called
week.
A Foot Too Big.
Yeah.
There's a Squatch in it.
the
Sam
Squatch is
Squatch.
The Squatch is fine.
good. Yeah, Squatch is good. So what do you want to move on to next?
Coco.
Clarence?
Sure, Clarence.
Okay, not the thing I said.
Okay. We haven't talked about Average Jeff.
That one I missed. We can
yeah.
talk about it.
Have you seen Average Jeff, Tooch?
Yeah, totally.
Okay. I really like that one because, like, I mean, in college, like, we talk about the education system a lot. And just that scene with the Quill class when they're talking about, God, what were they talking about? Like, Socrates and Kant
Aristotle or whatever.
and all this stuff. And I was just like, oh my God, this is actually real. Like, I can tell you from experience that I laughed at that joke that they said like that smart person joke and everyone in the classroom laughed. And like, I laughed because that's like a real joke that someone would say. And I was like, oh man, academia is so stupid, you guys.
This just, like, that episode just made me, like, the teacher is my favorite character.
Oh yeah.
She was great in this. She was just so real with Jeff. Like, everybody has their price, Jeff, but mine is too high for you. Like, wow!
Wowee.
Yes. And poor Jeff, Because honestly, if he was average, wouldn't he go in the high class, not the low class?
Yeah, like, what? I guess maybe it was just some technicality. Like, they had to put him somewhere and he could go either way, so there was just some dumb reason. That's what I assumed.
Yeah. Like, poor Jeff. Because
Probably due to his association with Clarence and Sumo.
Yeah, probably. They're like, oh yeah, he'll be fine there, but he gets pretty crazy. But yeah, it was a nice little, very poignant jab at everything that's wrong with school.
Because, like, because the smart kids, like, one of the debates that Jeff walked in on was them arguing about, like, what's wrong with the education system.
Yep, that's exactly...
And I was like, that's what this episode is about. Okay.
Yep, that's exactly what happens. Only the smart kids in privileged schools get to talk about how the education system is fucked, not the kids who are actually fucked.
Mm-hmm. Well, because they're busy being Vikings fighting spacemen.
This week's Clarence was, Lizard something?
Lizard Day Afternoon?
Lizard Day Afternoon, which was so much fun to watch. It was really just Sumo and Clarence running around chasing a lizard and having the funnest ass time ever.
Yeah, it was great. And then, like, the song that was playing, it was a cover of something. I forget what it was, though. Dang, I don't see information about it. But, like, I recognized the freaking lyrics.
Yeah, it was cute. Like, just kids running around being dumbasses, having a fun time.
And then freaking Belson's Oculus Rift.
Yeah. Jeff, like, trying to play the 3D Oculus Rift, the Sim City. And, like...
Embracing
just
it.
Stepping on the system.
Yes, immediately.
And then, like, I love that... I really... Sumo, I like when, for some reason, my favorite moment was when Sumo freaked the fuck out, like, no, it's gonna be a waste of time, and then, like, he's just so freaking, like, no, we're not doing this, I'm tired of these stupid, boring shenanigans, like, no, we're gonna have fun.
Yeah, in these last 2 episodes, Jeff's kind of been isolated from the group a little bit, because, like, Clarence and Sumo are, like, always on the same page. Jeff's always kind of, like, not.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was super fun. Like, it just made me happy. It made me smile. I don't know.
The slapstick with Sumo navigating the back alleys and everything, and then Clarence behind him just
running in
through.
all the garbage.
And just being completely unfazed. He's got his ass stuck in a tire.
Yeah.
And then, Steven.
Before we start, we got a piece of Clarence news. Replacing Skylar Page as the voice of Clarence will be Spencer Rothbell, a writer for the show. So he's going to take over in season 2.
Cool beans.
Great. Let's hope it's not as jarring as Seth Green.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. I tried to make a pun, but his name's already Green.
God damn it. All right.
Yeah, Stevie.
Steven. So,
Steven!
Last week we missed talking about House Guest.
Yeah.
Here's one thing I want to talk about House Guest, and there's a joke in there that makes it very clear this show takes place in the United States. And that is that, after breaking his leg, Greg had to brace it with a stick and duct tape because he doesn't have health insurance.
Well, yeah, he doesn't have
Clearly.
a house.
Yep.
The
It just
government
reminded me of
wants
that
nothing to
friggin'
do with them.
That Always Sunny clip. It's just like, oh, look at me, the millionaire who goes to the doctor.
I've got to watch the show. I bet I'd really like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a continuation of the previous special with Lapis Lazuli. And the dad's leg is broken, so he spends time with Steven, and they have a cute little montage of father-son time. And it's really super cute, and we get some bonding.
Yes.
But then, like, there are some lies and some feelings hurt. But then it's all made up in the end. Like, one thing I liked about it was that, because lately in cartoons, it seems like I'm noticing this pattern of just, like, really terrible parents. But it's nice that, Steven's dad made a mistake, but he, like, immediately tried to fix it. And, like, took ownership of it right away. And, like, realized what he did and, like, how it affected his kid. So, like, that I liked. I like that he wasn't just, like, a jerk through and through. Like, he was like, oh, I messed it up. I have to go do something now. It's my fault that you feel this way. I gotta fix it. I like that.
Yeah, it was really great.
Because I was like, oh, we're gonna have another Finn's dad thing again. You know, like this terrible deadbeat, you know, abusive sort of dad that just sort of uses his kid. But I was like, no, he only did it because he loved his kid and he never gets to be with him and he wanted to be with him.
No, Greg Universe is not a terrible deadbeat. He's a wonderful deadbeat.
Yeah, he's a wonderful deadbeat dad.
Yes.
And I love when he hugged Pearl, because he was just so happy and grateful. Like, he wants to have a relationship with these gems, but they're, like, so not interested at all.
And his whole scene.
They're like, no, like, we don't want to have anything to do with you. But he's like...
I've never seen you wear shoes. Why do you have sandal tan lines?
Yeah, like, honest, as this show goes on, like, I'm just constantly amazed at how the gems can even function in this society. They just refuse to even have anything to do with, and then get confused when nothing works out and they don't know how anything works. Like,
yeah,
you've been here, you crossed the Delaware apparently, and you still barely even know what, like, a birthday is. Like, you're trying. You have to try that hard.
Yeah, like, in the episode after that, we find out that the gems have been stranded on Earth for, like, forever.
Yeah.
And they haven't learned anything. So it's just like, really? Like, you can't make any relationships with humans at all? Not even the father of one of your own? Like, that's kind of harsh, you guys. You should be nicer.
Yeah.
The next episode is Space Race, which actually had nothing to do with a race in space. It was a race to space.
My Psychic Supreme title has been revoked.
Yep.
Yep.
So it starts off with them going to these transporting platforms and being like, yeah, we used to go across the cosmos and go back to the home world, and it was super cool. We were like Green Lanterns. It was the best. But all of them broke for some reason, and we've been on Earth forever and we'll never be able to leave. And Steven feels bad for Pearl because Pearl really misses space. So he tries to make her a spaceship, but it's like a child. You know?
It's a soapbox derby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he has his dad team up with them, and it's like, yeah, let's make a spaceship for reals, but not really.
Yeah.
Then she actually decides they want to make a spaceship for real, and it gets pretty intense, and Greg is like, look, I mean, this is fun, but I don't want Steven going into space. I mean, I'm still his dad. I have some say in these things. Like, I let you guys pretty much do whatever you want with my kid.
Yeah, that episode really made me go, like, what's the custody situation?
Yeah.
Like, how was that decided? Because he really seems against it. Like, did Rose want that, or...
Yeah, in the previous episode, he was like, I just wanted to live with my son again. You know?
Yeah, like, that was a really fucking harsh line.
Yeah, it was like, why did they do that?
And also, before that, he's like, I don't know if I want you going on these adventures anymore. My leg's broken.
Yeah. I mean, it must be pretty hard for Greg to have this kid, but to be denied access to him half the time.
Yeah.
But, like, the moral of that episode was, you have to know when to bail.
Mm-hmm. And, like, originally it was a joke. Like, you gotta know when to bail. Sound fatherly advice! Like, that was the goof. But then it was like, nope. No, sometimes you just gotta get the fuck out.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta realize when it's not gonna work out. You gotta get out of there before something happens.
Yeah.
Before you burn up in Earth's atmosphere and die.
Yeah, it's a little sad. 'Cause this is a very interesting episode for Pearl, because I don't think we've ever seen her behave this way.
Yeah, it was really weird seeing her so single-minded. I've seen a thing of, like, you know, Pearl has a tendency to become overcome with her emotions.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when she's happy, she's like, oh, ho, ho. When she's sad or scared, she's like a wreck.
Yeah.
Here he is. I guess she was just so excited about this prospect that she's ignored all consequences.
Yeah, it was almost very strange, because normally she's all about the safety and, like, making sure Steven is safe, and then she's having him test pilot rocket launchers and stuff, and it's like, what are you doing, Pearl?
Yeah, like, at first I was like, this seems a little out of character, but as, like, it went on, and you just realized how single-minded and obsessed she was, and how badly she just, like, because, like I said before, like, they hold no real significant love for the Earth.
It's very strange, because when we learned with Lapis Lazuli that there is the gems who don't like the Earth, and yet the crystal gems are, like, different. Like, I don't really know what the deal is.
Yeah.
Because they say they don't like the Earth, yet they have devoted themselves to protecting it. And, like, they don't agree with Lapis Lazuli and other gems like that who have no interest in the Earth. So, like, I don't get it. I don't know what their deal is.
Yeah.
I don't know what they want. But that scene where Pearl is just, you know, the spaceship is, like, falling apart, and she's like, I'm almost there. It's almost there. It's really heartbreaking.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, even my dog is sad. What else? Gravity?
Gravity. Yeah, the episode that we
Gravy.
should have talked about on our last episode, because it featured a tribute to Ray Harryhausen.
Yep. It would have been super great if you guys had watched it, and we could have talked about it on our last episode about stop motion animation.
They should just call it that.
So, yeah, they should just call it stop motion.
It was another vignette episode like Bottomless Pit, called Tales from the Little Gift Shop of Horrors, framed by Grunkle Stan as tales designed to sell my merchandise. The first vignette was about him getting his hands cut off by a witch.
The hand witch.
Which had some, like... Hold on. Pause recording. The dog's like... No, never mind. Yucky, shut up. Go.
We interrupt this Toon Goons for dog walkies.
This episode with the hand witch, it's got some pretty...
It's got a hand witch?
It's got some pretty cool spooky shots with, like, all the hands on the roof and
all
everything.
the spider hands.
Oh,
it looks
yeah.
like the instruction manual to Silent Hill 2 with the mannequins on the roof.
Oh, yeah.
Now, that's like as high it gets on the spoopy, poopy scale. I can't finish. I have never...
Spoopy poopy your pants.
That's what it is on the scale. Spoopy poopy your pants.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Grunkle Stan being an asshole and getting punished for it.
Yeah, he's being out-shystered by somebody else, and he won't stand for it.
Now is... Yeah, I never...
And, like, this episode's really just fun. Like, there's nothing, like, really important that happens in it. It's just, like, a lot of super fun, spooky times.
Yeah, it's another anthology episode, and I hope they do one every season, because I love short little story anthology things that don't matter, because they're super fun, and I love it.
I love how the witch gets that, like, hot rock climber dude at the end. It's just like, your butt is out of this world, and he's like, thanks for noticing. Do you know she had hands for feet?
I think so. Yeah,
I think I did.
No, yeah, that was great.
Like an orangutan.
Yeah, it's creepy. And Mabel, like, I love how, like, Kristen Shaw, her performance during the makeover thing was just sort of like kind of uninterested, but like purposefully. Like she was just like reciting a thing. Like, you gotta make it work. It was funny.
It was.
And then the next one was
a Baconings.
A Baconings.
Yeah.
Waddle.
In which Waddles becomes super intelligent and is voiced by Neil deGrasse Tyson, everybody's new favorite guy.
Everybody's new favorite smart person.
Yeah. And Waddles is so cute.
Because it's basically like the child friendly version of the Rick and Morty episode where their dog becomes intelligent.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, without the part at the end where you feel guilty about pet ownership.
Yeah.
Eating the potatoes. I love his little cart with the shooting the little Nerf gun at it. Like, this episode was so funny. Maymay and the Hog is the best.
I love garbage drive time radio parodies.
Yes, the fucking I love morning zoo shit. It's the greatest stuff. Because, like, all you have to do is be how they are, and it's funny because they're stupid.
Oh my god.
Yeah, the Strong Bad Emo Radio did one of those too. That fish, have you seen that one? The fish is delicious and made quite a dish.
I don't. What was it?
Somebody asked Strong Bad how to make a radio station.
How to be, yeah. I still need to catch it. I still need to.
I'm gonna
rewatch.
make you a guide. I'm not kidding. It was the AM Morning Crude Crew. I'm trying to remember what the two guys' names were.
But yeah, that was super duper cute. And then the third one was probably like the most interesting because it had stop motion.
What was it called? Clay Date?
Yeah, Clay Date or Clay Day.
It
like
was
Mayday.
Yeah,
it was Clay Day.
Yeah, Clay Day.
And it was about, apparently Mabel has a pathological fear of stop motion animation. Particularly like for special effects is more what we're talking about.
Yeah, because they're watching an old Jason and the Argonauts style old VHS with a guy fighting Skeletoids.
Yeah. And then she freaks out. And so they're like, we'll go find the guy and you'll see that it's not real and you'll have nothing to be afraid of.
Turns out the claymation is real, and the guy who's what's his name? Harry Claymore instead of Ray Harryhausen.
Yeah.
He's like, what, do you think I move them one frame at a time? That's masochism. I just use black magic to make them animate themselves.
Yeah.
And then, they basically just make fun of this genre and, like, have little nudge, haha jokes, and it's fun.
Yeah, and it was animated by the Robot Chicken guys.
Oh, cool. One of my friends brought up an interesting thing about the fact that Mabel's afraid of stop motion, just because, like, when Paranorman and Gravity Falls were big around the same time, and they're both spoopy, so, like, there was a lot of crossover fan art, so, like, somebody notices, like, well, realistically, Mabel would probably have some strange, unexplainable fear of Norman. Yeah. Oh, also, the hosts of the Crude Crew are Stoops and Gusso.
It's Stoops and Gusso. I knew something like that. I knew it was two, like, they sound like, stomach noises.
Oh, yeah, and Mabel's terrible show she was watching.
Oh, yeah.
Twinkle Star, whatever.
I forgot about that terrible show because...
Cinnamon?
I forgot about that terrible show because I'm still reeling over Crying Breakfast Friends from Steven Universe.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my Christ.
Who came up with that?
My favorite. I think that might be my favorite fake show in a long time. Holy Christ.
Oh my god. This is too much. And then last but certainly not least.
Well, before we move on from Gravity Falls, I got the wiki open here. The ciphers where the end credit cipher was, check out Dr. Waddle's latest book, A Brief History of Oink 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 Oink. The word non-canon shows up in the planks of Harry Claymore's home. So it's not. So none of that shit was canon. And then,
oh wow, really?
or at least not the one with Claymore. I guess I don't know. And then the image at the end with the yelling Cyclops is all animation is black magic.
Truth.
Pretty much. So now, finally, last but not least,
Korra.
serious shit.
Season 4 of Korra. It's really good.
This is, but like the premise on paper, it seems like something that would be like an angst fan fiction prompt on AO3 or something. Like, cause it's just so sad. It's like the saddest possible fate for Korra.
Yeah, it's so sad, but it's a lot of it. What I like about it is it's very real. It's
yeah.
like real stuff that happens to people.
It's so
like,
real.
That's, when your body gets messed up, like that's what it's like to have to go through that shit of learning how to use your body again. And then she still has all the PTSD stuff that she hasn't even dealt with. Like,
Yeah.
It's really well done.
Yeah, it was really visceral, like
capturing the scene of like walking on the bars, trying to use your feet again.
Doing
like,
the whole Kill Bill wiggle your big toe thing.
Yeah, like that's not something you see all the time. And like it's a very real thing for a lot of people. It's something that people have to go through, and like it's a struggle. It's hard. It's one of the hardest things you can do.
Basically.
Yeah, so like at first I thought that having the time skip be 3 years was kind of big, but in a way it's like it helps to not cheapen her recovery by making it have to be so long.
Yeah, and she's still not even recovered.
No,
she's like mostly physically recovered, but the PTSD, the post-traumatic stuff is still really, really getting to her.
Yeah, like at first I was a little apprehensive about the time skip, but then once the second episode came out, I was like, okay, yeah, no, they're doing this exactly the way they need to be doing this.
Yeah, because
I was worried they were gonna just like, it was gonna be like Young Justice season 2, where you're like constantly waiting for them to just fucking tell you what happened while you were gone. But they like right away they just filled in all the gaps.
Mm-hmm. And then because like. But it really didn't sink in how significant the time skip really was until Korra like goes into that tree and is like complaining to the spirits. It's like maybe we can help, and she just goes, people have been telling me that for years. And I went, holy fucking shit!
I loved that line.
She's like, it's been years.
Yeah, I love that spirit.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the
that
little
guy.
whatever spirit.
He doesn't have a name. He needs a name and like toys. Now, today, yesterday.
He just turned into, like, maybe make one of those, like, reversible pillow pet kind of things where it's the spirit, and then you flip it around and it's this dog. It's a little dog thing.
Because I knew something was up with him because he was just a dog.
Me too! I was like, wait, what is that dog doing there, and why does Korra know what it is? Like, I was expecting Korra to be like, what the fuck is this thing?
Why is everyone not freaking out about this Pomeranian?
That's not a Pomeranian.
You're a Pomeranian.
Pomeranians are the ones where if you shave them, they're just eyes. Oh. Like a Looney, like Gossamer from Looney Tunes.
Whatever. It's the fluffy, puffy.
Or some kind of terrier.
Whatever.
I think.
Okay.
I don't care about small dogs.
Oh, all right.
Small, any dog under a certain way is basically a cat. Cats are pornos. To quote Parks and Rec.
We have a lot of moving parts here. I mean, the first episode was a really great way to introduce everything. Like, we got to see where everybody is. We got introduced to our conflicts. The only mystery that we don't really know about yet is what happened with Su Yin and the Metal Clan and
Yeah.
that divide. Like, that's the only thing where we're like, what?
Yeah, it's like, it was so weird. It's like she just, like, in a couple years, she just decided to take over the entire Earth nation.
Yep, pretty much.
Yeah.
And you dudes thought she was a dude. She's not a dude.
My
Yes,
bad.
I will accept this public shaming of me.
Yes. Well, both of you. Because we had, like, that whole conversation where both of you were like, no, it's a
Like,
girl, it's a guy. And I was
Yeah.
like, no.
I watched it twice, and I could have sworn. I don't know what happened.
You were dumb.
Yeah, we're
Anyway.
done.
The-
Our new villain is Kuvira, who is that character shown at the end of season 3, kind of obtusely. Voiced by Zelda Williams.
Yep.
Great.
Knowing how long TV production takes, recorded before the death of her father.
Yeah, definitely.
Probably, yeah, definitely.
So,
But yeah, we've got her on the board. She's... The airbenders have become like a super squad. They have superhero suits.
Yes.
Like, it was so, like, jarring. I was like, Avatar, and they're basically running around in superhero suits.
They're basically the A-team now.
yeah.
And they're all older, and...
Because the Earth Kingdom is still recovering from... Because there has been no monarch for the past 3 years.
It's a warring states period, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's been divided
There's been a
into,
political
like, local
vacuum.
places. Yeah. It's a mess.
It's ravaged by bandits, so it's like the first 8 chapters of any Fire Emblem game is just fighting bandits.
Opal's there. Bolin is with Kuvira, who's also there as everybody's favorite, Varric.
Varric. Because apparently, like, the second episode, when they were flashing back and she was reading their letters, apparently, like, Bolin teamed up with Varric first, and then they joined them, from what I inferred.
Yeah, Bolin's letter was hilarious.
Yeah,
Like,
with his
normally
drawings.
He doesn't always make me laugh, but that was really funny.
The Korra Asami stuff
Still,
it's getting to be too much. Like,
it's too much for me. I can't handle it.
they're fucking killing me. And I feel like if they
They
don't...
know.
Here's
and
the
they
thing.
want us to feel
Here's the
this way.
thing. If they don't resolve it, I'm pretty sure it could be classified as queer baiting. Because, I mean, with Adventure Time...
honestly, it's what it feels like.
Because, like, with Adventure Time, we know that they can't. And maybe in this, it's the case that they can't. But if they're not going to say anything about it, then they need to stop taunting us with it. Because they're laying it on so thick.
Yeah. I mean, it's connected to Nickelodeon, so they can't.
They just had to replay that fucking scene where it's like, are you sure you don't want me to come with you? And it's like, just fucking go with her.
And then, like, the letter's like, I'm sorry I'm writing to you first, Asami. But you're the only one I know how to talk to.
No!
It's like, why? Yeah,
Why?
queer baiting isn't cool, you guys. It's not cool. We know you want to be all open and accepting, but, like, it just feels
If you
mean.
can't
This is
seal the
the
deal,
opposite.
it's not
If you
better.
can't seal the deal, it just feels like you're being mean.
I don't detect any malice from them. It's not like it's
Yeah.
fucking Elementary or Sherlock or anything that fucking
Hates
Moffat.
everyone.
Yeah,
Moffat
Sherlock
and-
is queer baiting. Elementary is good.
Not Elementary.
Sherlock.
Supernatural.
Oh, yeah, Supernatural. Oh, yeah.
And everybody has new hair. Bolin has new hair. Mako has new hair. Asami has new hair. Korra has new hair.
Omako is assigned to be the bodyguard of the new
King.
soon-to-be coronated king of the Earth Kingdom. I bet that's
Everybody's
going to
shit.
turn out just splendid, dude. He's going to be the
Everybody's
king.
new
It's going
least
to be
favorite
great.
character.
And they teamed him up with Mako. You think they did it on purpose? You think it's like
Yeah.
that whole trope of like, well, maybe Mako just needs an ugly friend to make him look pretty.
No, like, I think it's because they know the fans hate Mako.
Yeah.
So, like, let's just be mean to Mako now. Obviously, the fans like it, and whatever.
Yeah.
Honestly, at this point, I don't think we need to be mean to him anymore. But
No.
like,
It's been a few years. Everybody seems to have just gotten the fuck over it.
yeah. Everybody's more of an adult.
Yeah.
Korra, season 1, how old?
16?
16?
I want to say.
No, she's 20. I think she was 17. And
Yeah,
then,
she was 17.
Oh, wow.
I think.
or maybe 18.
No.
And I think by now, like, I want to say it's like
I think I think he was 17, and now she's 21.
Yeah.
Because 4 years have passed since the beginning of the show.
Yeah, now she's 21. She can get crunk as fuck in the club.
All she does is gets punched as fuck in the club. Poor Korra. Yeah, apparently she has lost connection to Rava somehow.
Yeah.
Which is kind of weird because, like, they just sort of dropped that in the middle of episode 2, and I was like, wait, what? Since when?
I mean, because, like, I think because, like, she was in the Avatar state when she got super fucked up.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So it was like, it almost broke her connection, but didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's 21.
So it's freaking like Star Trek 3 Quest for Rava.
Yeah, so now, but, like, she's haunted by her Avatar self.
Yeah. Which is scary.
Yeah, it's very scary.
Fucking scary.
Because that is a very...
Because Korra is scary.
Korra at the end of season 3 was fucking scary.
And she's got the chain.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like, burdened by the chain, weight, memory, and shit. Goop. She fell into Mercury.
This is basically like super intense, like, spiritual martial arts fight club.
Yes!
Yes!
That's what I thought. It was like that scene where she's in the alley fighting them, and, like, she's getting knocked around. It's just like, this is Fight Club.
Yeah.
Sorry if we spoiled Fight Club for you. That movie's 30 years old and is kind of dumb.
And the books older. They're making if you like that kind of stuff, go good. There's Chuck Palahniuk's writing a comic book sequel.
It's you should watch it if you haven't seen it.
Yeah.
I think there's still stuff to gain from it.
You need to come at it from the right angle, because if you, like, empathize with the characters, that's bad.
Oh,
they're all
that's
idiots.
bad. They're a bad guy.
They're all jackasses.
But anyway, Korra's not a jackass. She's just, like, really fucking... Like, Katara was in it. I was so happy to see Katara.
Yeah.
Being Katara, being the patient one who takes the abuse and just swallows it right up.
Just
like she always does.
Greater good.
And she almost didn't even see Katara. Like, her mom was basically like, go see Katara so she can be in this fucking show again. Get right now, miss.
Yeah, it's like, we're tired of your shit. Katara needs to be here. She knows what she's doing. But yeah, Korra is super lost. I love the editing in the second episode. The going back and forth. Like, it was well done. And of course, it paralleled the very popular Zuko Alone episode.
Yeah, it did. Like, when she, like, cuts off her hair, I'm like, you did this?
Yeah, they're like, well, everybody loves Zuko, and everybody hates Korra. So if we make Korra equal Zuko, everyone will love her again.
Yeah.
Flawless!
I mean, I don't know. I think it's working so far.
No, I think it's working.
Yeah, I think it's great.
It's hard for me. It's hard for me to tell because I've never not loved Korra.
I've only not loved Korra in season 2, but it was more like I didn't like the writing of Korra. It wasn't that I didn't like her. It was like, girl, you got to get yourself some better agents. They're not representing you well.
Yeah. And then, of course, at the end, she met Toph, she's a swamp witch now, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
She's a swamp hag. Toph does what she wants.
Toph, I feel like if you would have told, like, Last Airbender Toph, like, when you're, like, however old you are, like, when you're a super old lady, you're just gonna be, like, a hermit living in the swamp doing whatever the fuck you want. She'd probably be like, great!
Yeah, no, I feel like Toph is doing exactly what she wants to be doing.
Living the dream.
Like, when she was a police officer, like, that was hard for her. But, like, this is where she was meant to be.
So fuck my job, fuck my kids, I'm gonna go live in the swamp. And it also kind of parallels, like, because when she goes into the swamp, and I was like, this is where she finds Toph. But, like, that technically, it reminded me of when Aang had, like, that vision of Toph in the swamp.
Yeah, it's like the Avatar will always find Toph in the swamp.
Yeah, even though up until this point, Toph has really never been in the swamp before.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Yeah.
Because, like, at first when the spirit was like, it's not a what, it's a who, I was like, is it just, like, the swamp makes you confront things? But no, it's just straight up Toph. The real one this time.
Yeah.
And, like, I need the next episode, like, right now.
Yeah, me too. Like,
I need Toph to teach Korra a thing or two.
Like, they are both so good.
Yes.
Like, they were so good. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, God. This is what I've been wanted.
And, like, the whole time I was watching the second one, I'm like, I need a cigarette so it's making all the emotional and stressful stuff more intense. And
Oh, God.
Don't smoke, kids, unless you really want to.
He's not going to tell you what to do, but don't.
Man.
Yeah, please don't do that.
Nina will tell you.
Yeah. I hope.
So that's all of the television shows, right? Is there anything else about Korra we want to talk about?
Just that's super good, and I want more. And Korra looks hot.
Yeah. You guys.
Oh, and this time the government political thing that we're going for is fascism.
Yeah.
Yes.
Fascismo.
Like, we gotta cover all the bases.
The fucking
Communism, theocracy,
anarchy,
fascism.
She had troops who were wearing stormtrooper masks, and I'm just like, oh, okay. All right. Give us some credit.
You're greater good.
But no, the only other show that I know has a new episode out is Regular Show, and I watched that and it was super good. It was like the plot was like Mordecai's girlfriend. They're going to meet their parents, and he's super embarrassed about his mom. And the moral is basically like, yeah, your mom's embarrassing, but your mom is also super awesome. Don't be a shithead to your mom because she embarrassed you as a shitty teenager. So that
Unless your mom's like actually a terrible person.
Well, obviously,
most people's moms are fine.
She was voiced by Katie Seagal.
Mm-hmm. Was
Leela
she doing Peg
Patreon.
Bundy, or was it a different thing?
She doesn't have that much range. It was Katie Seagal. She was being a mom, but it was just like it sounded like Leela.
All right.
Cool. Alrighty. So we managed to stretch this video out to our average 2-hour length.
It's an hour and a half.
Well, I mean, also because
That's
most of
before
it.
I cut out the part where I take Gnocchi out for a dump.
I'm just having fun, you guys.
I'm just having fun online. Okay, so next week we're doing Billy and Mandy.
Yes.
Woot woot. Oh yeah. Speaking of which, we got a shout out, Captain Awesome, or AKA Mr. Awesome Potato.
Yeah, it's awesome, but like spelled with a U, so it's like awesome because probably Captain Awesome was taken.
Yeah. First he says, thank you to the shout out that you did of us. And yeah, that was cool.
So I guess that's gonna.
There was another one.
repeating.
Where's the other one? Oh yeah, and he says, at the Toon Goons, thanks for doing Billy and Mandy. And how did you know that I wanted you to do Ugly Americans? Have you been reading my diary?
Yes. You know that loose brick in your house? Maybe redo that guy.
Oh boy.
Yeah, thank
So we're gonna
you.
do Billy, Mandy, and then Ugly Americans, and then we're gonna figure out what we're gonna do for November. We've actually already got our December schedule planned out.
I mean, we can just actually do all the things we listed that we were gonna do for October and November.
Yeah, we're just gonna do. You're just gonna go back to our queue of stuff for.
Yeah.
Because there's no such thing as Thanksgiving cartoons.
There kind of is. There's
there's-
folly cartoons.
There was that Adventure Time.
Yeah, that was a good one. Yeah, so you can find us at thetoongoons.tumblr.com. You can also find us on iTunes. Please rate and subscribe to us there. That would be awesome. Give us a review. That's how you let people know that we're out there. We are also on SoundCloud and Twitter at the Toon Goons. You can also send us emails at thetoongoons@gmail.com. We respond to pretty much everything, one way or the other.
Yeah, because we're still at a scale where that's feasible.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's been us. Next week is Billy and Mandy. Brush up on that. And, thank you for tuning in.
Great.
Have a spooktacular Tober.
May your spoopy scale crank all the way to pee poops.
Pee poops.
I'm gonna call it Tober from now on. That's cool.
Tober.
Tober Grace.
Hopefully not Spider-Man 3 Tober Grace.